from the ground up. So I love to start with my calves. Many ways to do this. You can do both legs on top, and you can lift yourself and roll back and forth. I find that to be a bit unnecessary. It also takes a lot of work. So what I'm gonna have you do is move it under one leg. You're gonna lean back, take your other leg, put it on top, and just dig in, just dig. Up and down, I'm bending my knee in order to get the foam roller to roll along my calf. And this leg is just a little extra pressure to put on that muscle. Now, if it's tense enough, you may not need that. So just take it off. And then what I want you to do, if you can see, is I'm going back and forth, side to side versus up and down. So up and down, side to side. So you're gonna do that the entirety of your calf. So you may need to move it in different places along the way. Does that make sense? Like I said, up and down, side to side. This is extra pressure. That's relaxed. So then we can go to the hamstrings. Same thing, I like to do one leg at a time. So I'm gonna lift my butt up. I'm gonna use my other leg to support my body, and I'm just gonna drive my weight down into the foam roller, just like that. And again, I can like dig in side to side, all sorts of directions. There's no right or wrong. Here's a little thing that we would say: avoid rolling on your joints. So like, I'm not gonna roll directly below my knee. I'm gonna roll as close to it on both ends, but not directly on the knee. Okay, that's calf, that's hamstring. We're gonna get to the glutes, my favorite part. So I'm gonna have you start by just sitting on top. We're gonna do one side at a time. So I'm gonna lean to the side that I wanna roll. Lean onto that glute. I'm then just gonna push with my arm and my leg to roll back and forth. Now, right now I'm at a specific angle. That can be changed. I can roll into it more, out of it, whatever feels good and makes me go, I wanna do more of that. Now, the other thing we're gonna do is take that leg, cross it over the top. I like to hold on to that leg and put my weight here. And now if you see, I look pretty sturdy. Same idea, I'm gonna roll over a now stretched glute, which helps me get in a little deeper. So just down and back, and again, woo, side to side, digging into those wonderful tight muscles. So now we're gonna do the front of the body. I'm gonna show you two major muscles that you should spend time foam rolling. The first is the quad. Now, I will warn you, if you're anything like me, you have tight quads and it's gonna hurt a little bit, but that's okay. So I'm gonna show you the way that makes it just a little less painful. What I want you to do is put one leg on the roller and the other leg, I'm on my knee, so that this leg is taking some of the weight off of my body. I'm then gonna use my forearms to just walk forward and then push back. And I walk forward, or I just pull myself forward and then I push back, just like this. Breathing. The other thing, again, like before, I can like rotate over the quad, up and down, do what feels right. Now, just like the glute, in order to get in a little deeper, I'm gonna bend that leg, and same idea, roll up and down with the leg bent to get a little bit deeper into that muscle. If I get into this hip crevice, I can do a little side to side action. I can rotate the leg on it. Did you see my little wince face? rotate, breathe. But see, I'm still talking to you, so I'm okay. All right. Now, like I said, that was the whole front and the hip. Now we're gonna do the inner thigh. This one gets a little confusing to set up. What I like to do is kind of lay on my side, turn the foam roller so that it's parallel with my body, and then open my hip up and let the foam roller glide me along the inner thigh, just like that. And then if I need to maneuver, I can get up in the top of the groin a little bit. Same idea, I can move that leg if I'm like, oh, okay, I wanna dig in a little more. Up and down, and just breathing through it. Okay, lastly, we have our IT band. Here's the biggest suggestion I'm gonna give you. Get your softest foam roller possible. And if you wanna do it, do it. If you've never done it, just be careful. Lay on your side. I like to put my top leg in front so that again, I'm taking some of my weight off, and I'm just gonna use my body to go up and down. See how this one is where I kind of stop talking? That hurts. So I'm gonna skip it, but you'll know, like this is a pretty intuitive thing. Foam rolling, when it feels good, you're gonna be like, yep, wanna keep going. When it really hurts, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna stop. So just make sure that you're checking in with yourself, make sure you're breathing, move around, try different angles, try different rotations, try it out, see how it feels. It does get better over time. So like if I kept trying slowly to do that IT band, over time it is gonna become a little bit easier, which means that I'm also making the muscle and the tissue a little bit more pliable. So that's a good thing. Again, used as a warm-up, a cool down. Foam rolling can help bring your central nervous system down. So like parasympathetic systems, meaning if I'm like really stressed and anxious, getting on the foam roll can actually help calm you. So I sometimes suggest people do it before they go to bed. So if you're doing this low back and you're like, that really hurts, don't do it. But if you want to do it, I like to keep my arms behind me, use my legs. I can rotate, go up and down. And if I feel really confident, I can take my hands off the floor and hold myself up with my core and then roll. So once I've gotten that low back area, we're now gonna move to the mid back. Same idea, I prefer hands behind my head. It helps me hold my head up. I'm gonna lift my butt and I'm gonna use my legs to roll my body up and down. Just like this, pretty simple. Make sure you're breathing, find spots that feel good for you. Then we get to the meaty stuff, the stuff that hurts sometimes, but so good. So we're gonna work into my lat. So the lat is this muscle that runs kind of down the side of my body near my armpit. I'm gonna roll to the side. I'm gonna find a position that feels right for me. Hand can be on the floor, hand can be up, do what feels right. And I'm gonna go forward and back, forward and back. I can go up and down. I'm just kind of like wiggling around. I'm feeling the spots that, like when I find that spot, I'm like, okay, let's spend some time here. Breathing, moving around. Oh, there's a spot. Breathing, moving around. Good. So whatever feels right, there's really, like I said, no major right or wrong, except for when you can't breathe properly and directly on a joint.